Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, welcome to today's webinar session, which we'll be talking about online application. So if you are joining us this session, I believe there are some of you are agents or some of you are actually students yourself wanted to know how to do the online application. So today we'll talk about that. So later, if you have any questions, all right, we prefer to do it at the end of the session to answer all your questions. So we will go through the entire presentation. So if you have any question, you can type into ask your question box down there. Okay, and we will try to respond to it at the end of the presentation. Okay. Now, the second part is that the playback options is available after the entire session concluded. So if you have missed any of the points that we've briefed here, you can actually go back after the session. You can replay the entire video, and there's a seeker button that you can choose where you have actually missed. Okay, so I just gonna. All right, there's only 15 participants, so we might want to wait for a little while before we jump into the introduction. Okay, for those of you join us later, just now what we have said is that this today, if you join our webinar session, we'll be talking about online application. So we're going to set up some of the ground rules here because of a delay in the system. We will try to answer all your questions at the end of the presentation. So allow us to complete the entire presentation. Then we will go through your questions and answer you one by one. Okay. And then playback option is available. So after the entire session's ended, you can actually go back to this video and then you can replay it. So if you missed any point, you can just look back. Right? So today's session, we're actually joined by two people, myself, Thomas, and my colleague here, Shai.
Hi.
Yeah, hi everyone. So, okay, now, before now, I think we can start. This is not a very formal session. We just like a casual, introduction to what it's going to be like. Yeah. If you're receiving this, maybe some of you, can you try to type in some of your questions or say hi in the chat box? At least we know that you're listening. Okay. When we receive a response, then we will start. Okay. So without further ado, I think we can start today's session. So I'll handle the time to Shai.
Okay, so for today's section, I'm going to guide you step by step on how to apply the online application and how to submit it. Okay, before we go further, I would like to explain on the three different phases in this application process. Okay, as you can see on the screen, the first phase will be the online application and the pre-assessment, where you'll be needing to upload the supporting documents. And the next phase will be the admissions interview, where the student can opt actually to do it in online or face to face. And the last phase, the third phase, will be the offer decision, where once they have completed the interview, they will be offered based on the qualifications on the academic transcript that they have submitted, which is provisional offer, or will it be a firm offer, or will the students be declined? So today we are going to focus on the phase one, and it's mainly on the online application. Okay, the first step on how to start on online application is, as you can see on the screen, you need to go to our website, which is www.pnc.edu.my. Okay, just give me a minute, the page is still loading. Okay, I believe that there's some technical error in the system. So what I will guide you is, okay, as you can see in the screen, the first step that you have to do is you have to go to our website www.pnc.edu.my and click on the apply button, which is actually located on the right hand side of your header. Once you have clicked the apply now, it will direct you to this page where you can actually see there's a three different courses stated here on the page, which is Foundation in Science, the Pre-Medical Year, and the Medicine with RCSN and UCD, which is also known as the undergraduate program. So since our Foundation in Science intake is over, we are going to only focus on the undergraduate medicine program. Before you submit the online application, what the applicants need to prepare is you need to have the confidential statement and the medical report. And these two you can is actually available in the website itself, where when you click the link, it will direct you to a PDF form actually, and from there you can download the form. And the confidential statement is actually a statement where you need to pass to someone from the academics or your school counselor to be filled out. And this document you need to be couriered the original copy to PNC as well as the medical report. And before you submit the online application, there are few scanned documents that you will need to upload in the system. And I would suggest you that when you scan the document, make sure that the file size did not exceed more than 1 MB. Because if let's say it exceeds more than 1 MB, you will not be able to upload the file. So it's either you compress the file or you try to save in a PDF form or in JPEG file, and make sure it's less than 1 MB. Alright, so the scanned documents that we will be needing is, as you can see, passport size photograph, a copy of birth certificate, the My Card for Malaysians, and passport detail page for non-Malaysians. And let's say if you're still ongoing your pre-university qualifications, you can submit the forecast results or your final results in the pre-universities tab. And also you'll be needing the high school results, let's say if you're doing SPM or IGCSE or any O-levels qualification. And we will be needing the English proficiency test, which is the IELTS or 1119, as well as your CV. And for mature students, which means that the students who have completed their bachelor degree, you'll be needing to upload the final academic transcript as well as the certificate of completion. Okay, just now we have talked about the documents that need to be uploaded in the system. We also need some documents to be couriered over to PMC, which is you need to courier two passport size photo, the CV, the confidential statement, medical report, and These documents and the list of documents that I'm going to list down, these documents have to be notarized by either someone from by an officials from your university. It could be the principal, it could be the academics, or a counselor. For example, I mean, the documents that need to be notarized is the birth certificate, the my card, passport detail page, final or forecast results from the current pre-university program, IAS or 1119 English, your SPM results or IGCSE results, and for the mature students, the university transcripts. So all these things need to be certified through copy, and I would suggest you to send the complete, to courier these documents to PMC once when you have the complete set of the documents. Okay, so I explained before you submit the online application, you need to click on the apply now. And when you click the apply now button, it will direct you to a page, as you can see on the screen on your left hand side, the new application. So if you have not created an account before, you may create one by filling in your name, the email address, your IC number if you're Malaysian, and if you're a non-Malaysian, you need to key in your passport number as well as your phone number. And I would suggest that whenever you fill up your email address and the password, you should write it down somewhere on a paper, because some of you might be having 2 3 different emails. So if let's say you want to log in with the email, and if that email is not being captured by the system, you may not be able to log in. So I would really suggest you to remember to the email and the password that have been registered, right? Okay, so once when you have completed by filling up all these details, you need to click here, I'm not a robot, and click the register button. So once you have clicked the register button, you have become a, you have created an account with Barracuda. And what you will need to do is you need to click on this button to log in. Okay, for the login, your ID will be your email address, and the password will be your IC number for Malaysians and the passport number for non-Malaysians. Once you have logged in into Barracuda, that will be the first step. So the next step will be fill in your personal details. Okay, as you can see the personal info, those fields that are marked with the red asterisk is the one that is compulsory to be filled up. For example, okay, let's say if it's a type that's local and international. If you're a Malaysian, you need to fill on the local. And if you're international students, if you're a non-Malaysians, you need to choose the international. And like as you can see, you have to fill out the IC, the name, and I would suggest the name you follow it as it is in passport and in your IC, and your contact number, which will be able to contact you in case of any emergency, your email address, a valid email address, your date of birth, nationality, religion, and marital status. As for the marketing informations, if let's say marketing staff, we have 3 different names stated that. If let's say you have never contacted with any marketing staff before, you can just leave the column blank. But let's say before you submit the online application, you have been liaising with any of our marketing staff, you may actually choose and key in their names, all right? And as for the agents, if let's say you're applying on behalf of the students, if the students using your service, you may actually try to key in the agents, you may try to key in, I'm sorry, okay, if let's say if you're an agent, you may try to key in the institution that you're in right now. And let's say if you did not find your names, you can just still be able to key in if let's say if the institution is not listed in the drop down list. Once you have submitted the online application for the step 2, you may proceed to the step 3, which is add academic background information. Okay, I would suggest you to actually, okay, when you fill up this particular part, I would really suggest you to put in your pre-university results, your high school results, as well as your English results. All right. Okay. For example, on the academic background, you can see the qualifications XPM. But if you click on the drop-down list, you will find quite a number of qualifications actually. Let's say, for example, if you're high school and you're doing your SPM or IGCSE, once you click add, it will actually bring you to another column where you need to fill up all your the subjects grades that you have gotten during your high school. All right, and let's say if you're doing A levels or IB, you may fill up the columns as well. Okay, so as you can see on the screen for A levels, okay, I'm sure that okay, you can see that we have created the institution name as Moonway College, and the program that you're doing is A levels. And for the grade or CGPA, okay, this part it might be tricky because we are aware that for all those who are doing A levels, they do not have any grade point or CGPA. We have the gradings which is A star, A, B, or C. So in this point, what we can do is that, as you can see on the screen, we have prepared a column actually which states on the A level grades and the points and the equivalent points. So if you have received okay, as you can see on the screen, the A stars is equivalent to 4 and the A is equivalent to 3.5. So what you can do is, let's say if you're having biology A, chemistry B, mathematics A star, and physics A, you can calculate the total grade points by adding up all the points and key in the overall points in the grade or CGPA column, and then you have to fill up on the completion year. And as for the remark box there, you might want to key in the grades that you have gotten. Let's say if you've gotten 4 A stars in biology, chemistry, physics, and maths, you may indicate there in the remark box. All right. Okay, and the next step will be selecting your desired course or program. Okay, for example, okay, we only have one campus, which is the main campus, which is in Penang, and the program that you wish to enroll in, the intake. Okay, please be reminded that our intake for pre-medical year and for undergraduate program will be on September every year. All right, and the study mode, we don't have part-time, we only have full-time, so it's compulsory to be filled up as full-time. So you may save and continue and go to the next step where you need to insert your contact details of the emergency contact. So this contact, okay, here you can see there's only one where you can actually fill up the person that can be contacted during emergency. So you can include your father details or your mother details or any legal guardians details for us to contact them in case of any emergency. So once you have completed the step 5, we will go to the next step, which is uploading or support your applications with attachment, where you will be needed to upload the supporting documents. As I said before, make sure that you have scanned your documents and the size is less than 1 MB. So these are the 8 main documents that we will need you to upload in the system. All right, the birth certificate, the IC copy, passport detail page, your academic transcripts, your CV. Once you have submit, Once you have uploaded all the supporting documents, the page will lead you to the review page. All right, so this will be the last step. Before you submit, you have to review your whole application. Make sure that the details are correct, especially the email address, the contact details, your name. All right, so once you have reviewed and if all the documents have been submitted, you may submit the documents. But please do mind that once when the application has been submitted, you will not be allowed to make any changes in the details. So please do review carefully on the details that you have filled up and only then click on the submit button. If the application is not submitted, the admission office will unable to process your application. And once the application have been submitted, it will take about 5 to 7 working days for the admission office to process your applications.
Okay, now we'll open up for any questions. If you have any questions, you can just type onto the webinar chat box, ask the question. So once we pick up some of the questions, then we will reply you on the screen as well. So yeah, thank you everyone for your cooperation. We'll see you next time.